It was Mother's Day, and her family was making a special breakfast for her mom. They noticed she never came out of her room to help set up, so they went to wake her up to come be a part of the special day, but there was no sign of her. The 13-year-old was missing, leaving a family in complete panic. Ever heard of Tristyn Bailey? I'm gonna tell you all about it. Tristyn Bailey was born on January 18th, 2008 in St. Johns County, Florida. She was one of 5 kids to parents Forrest and Stacy Bailey. She was a student and a cheerleader at Patriot Oaks Academy. She would be described as extremely bubbly, friendly to everyone, and the life of the party. She was also known for her fiery personality and the impact she had on those around her. Everyone loved her, and she was a joy to be around. Unfortunately, nobody would ever get to see this full life play out. During her time at Patriot Oaks Academy, she met the boy who would end up taking her life, 14-year-old Aiden Fushi. The two had the same friends and went to the same school, which is how they got to know each other. It's important we talk about him and what drove a 14-year-old to commit such a brutal crime. But we're not going to spend a lot of time covering him because he is not the interest in the video. It's the life of this 13-year-old that was taken way too soon. So with that being said, Aiden Fushi's childhood was noted as troubling. His friends and girlfriend suggested he had a shaky home life and struggled with personal issues, struggling with self-harm and feelings of worthlessness. Fushi's friends told investigators that he openly fantasized about violence and murder in the months leading up to the crime, drawing pictures of mutilated bodies and confiding that he heard voices in his head telling him to kill innocent people. A friend of Fushi stated that he knew something was wrong with him and wanted to reach out for help, but he never did. And I know now a lot of us wish that he did reach out to get him help. So that brings us to the early morning hours of May 9th, 2021. On that morning, a friend of Fushi by the name of Abshur said that Fushi reached out to him asking for Bailey's phone number. Fushi called Bailey and convinced her to run away with him to go see a friend with him. The two lived in the same neighborhood and was going to walk to that friend's house. At 1:45 a.m., a residential surveillance camera records 2 people walking east of Saddlestone Drive, strongly believed to be Fushi and Bailey. Then at 3:27 a.m., that same residential surveillance camera records a subject, this time running towards the west, carrying a pair of white shoes. The person seen running in the surveillance camera was then later identified as 14-year-old Aiden Fushi, but there was no sign of Tristyn Bailey with him this time. At 9 a.m., the Bailey family was preparing to celebrate Mother's Day. So this is the same day. So they went out the early morning hours, we can see around 1 a.m. on May 9th. So later on, around 9 a.m. later that day when the family woke, they were preparing to celebrate Mother's Day. And one of the siblings went to the room to wake her and discovered that she was missing. So the family, they searched around the entire house. They searched the outside area, their backyard and stuff, but there was no sign of her. So her mom then called 911 to report her daughter missing. From here, a missing person investigation was launched, and crews quickly began their search and investigation for the missing teen. Deputies Robert Maloney and Liam Stack interviewed Abshur later that afternoon, the person who gave out Bailey's number earlier that day. Abshur said that Fushi and Bailey had been at his house and then left together. Fushi confirmed being with Bailey in Abshur's home. Fushi then stated that they left his home around 1:10 a.m. He claimed to have walked with Tristyn along North Durban Parkway until she turned to go home. He stated that he walked around for some time and then arrived home at approximately 3:30 a.m., noting that the distance between Abshur and Fushi's home was roughly a 30-minute walk. Investigators began to turn up the heat to press him for more details. He then changed his story, stating that he and Bailey got into an altercation after she attempted to touch his penis. That's bullshit. That's bullshit, and they're not gonna buy that. No one's gonna buy that story. He also told police that she probably went to go see a drug dealer. So clearly he's just throwing shit out to get the attention off of him. And you really think that authorities are gonna believe that this little 13-year-old girl is sneaking out at 1 something in the morning to go see a drug dealer? They're not really going to buy it. Not saying that it's not possible, but they're not going to buy that story. But the police took that information and went and actually found and questioned mentioned drug dealer, but he was cleared immediately because he had an alibi that would not connect him nowhere near to what was going on. Fushi claimed that he pushed her on the ground and she fell and hit her head. After the interrogation, Fushi decided that it was going to be a great idea to take videos in the backseat of the patrol car and post them on Snapchat. So this is the same day. Everything that I've told you has happened happened in the same day. So they're with him later on in the day, and less than 24 hours later, he is on Snapchat posting and shows no fucking care in the world for what he has done. Just no remorse being shown whatsoever. So I'm gonna play that. Video for you so you can see what he posted onto his Snapchat story.
We're having fun in a fucking cop car.
Yep. Tristyn.
What's up, guys?
Yep.
Tristyn, if you fucking walk out the damn...
When you see this in a month.
So later on that same exact day, so all of this is going on within the 24 hours, within May 9th. So this should have been on the first 48 because they're cracking this fucking case down quickly. But later on, around 6 p.m., a resident walking through a wooded area at the end of Saddlestone Drive, south of Jacksonville, noticed a body near the pond. The victim was seen visibly stabbed to death. It was later determined that the person was the missing 13-year-old Tristyn Bailey. He convinced her to come with him, took her to a secluded area, and stabbed her to death, leaving her body dumped like trash, and then throwing the knife in an attempt to hide the evidence. She had been stabbed 114 times, guys. 114 times, 49 of which were defensive wounds. She had been stabbed 35 times in her head and neck area, 25 times to her back and shoulder area, and she had 6 fatal wounds. So just, oh my God, like he fucking gutted this girl like a fish, man. Like that is insane. He really was just showed no kind of, he just stabbed and he stabbed and he stabbed, and 114 stab wounds. Like, oh my God, that had to been a brutal crime scene, man. Like he really fucking, that is insane, man. 114. Holy shit, guys. Her body was found with the word karma written on the inside of her left ankle and a smiley face drawn on her right ankle. So just some fucking Manson type shit right here, y'all. Like that is crazy, man. The following day, police went to Fuchi's home to look for evidence. In his room, they found a sheath that matched the knife found near Bailey's body and clothing with blood on it. Police noticed that the pants were wet and showed clear signs that someone tried to wash the blood off the pants. They then got video footage showing Aiden Fuchi's mother in the bathroom washing blood off his pants in the family home. So his own fucking mother, knowing what is going on, knowing that her son is being investigated for murder, and she tried to cover it up by washing his pants. But her dumbass did it on her own fucking home surveillance footage. That is crazy. Crazy. Fucking crazy. The police know, like, we got a murder here. Like, we have our suspect here. He is definitely the person that committed this crime. And then you have his fucking mom who's trying to hide the shit, and she's going to be in trouble because that's tampering with evidence. So Fuchi was arrested for second-degree murder, but this was changed to first-degree murder due to the brutality of the crime. His mother, Crystal Smith, was arrested for tampering with evidence after allegedly washing blood off of Fuchi's jeans, but that was later dismissed and she was released. A police report released by the St. Johns County Sheriff's Office in July of 2021 revealed that Fuchi often spoke of his fantasy of killing people, and that he often carried a knife with him, and that he planned to drag a random person into the woods and stab them. So I mean, what the fuck? Like, it can't get any clearer that he is the guy. He is definitely the guy. He literally just pretty much wrote out and planned his entire crime. Like, I mean, that's definitely premeditated because he clearly put a lot of thought into what he wanted to do. It was just a matter of finding out who he was going to do it to, because he did exactly what he said he wanted to do. He dragged a person into the woods and he stabbed them to death. Another friend said that on occasion, Fuchi would take his knife out and pretend to stab her with it. And this jackass decided that he was going to plead not guilty to what he did when there is clear as fucking day evidence that he was responsible for the murder of Tristyn Bailey. But his lawyer later convinced him to take the plea deal and plead guilty, as this might help him get a lighter sentence. He wrote a letter apologizing for the pain he caused the Bailey family and friends. I'm going to put that up on the screen right now, and you can read that. You can pause this video and read that. Judge R. Lee Smith called this the most difficult and shocking case that he ever presided over. And he said, and I quote, "This was not done out of greed. This was not done in retaliation, retribution, or revenge. It was not a crime of passion. It was not a crime that was committed because he felt rejected by her, nor was it done in a fit of uncontrollable anger. There was no reason, and there was none. There was no reason for this, and it did not have to happen. There was no purpose. It was done for no other reason than to satisfy the defendant's internal desire to feel what it was like to kill someone. And with that being said, Fucci was charged as an adult and pleaded guilty to the first-degree murder of Tristyn Bailey. And he was sentenced to life in prison with the possibility of parole after 25 years. And that is fucking bullshit. And we saw this in my last video with the DC snipers, where we had a teenager, someone who committed murder at such a young age, and they was given life with the possibility of parole after a certain amount of time. And I just feel like that is absolute fucking bullshit. Like, I understand they're young. I understand that you don't want to put this young person in jail for the rest of their lives when they committed a crime at such a young age. But you have to take in consideration the nature of the crime. Like, it's not like he fucking, accidentally shot this girl, or like he, like the judge said, he did it for absolutely no reason other than to his own desire and satisfaction. Like, it was a selfish crime. And the fact that he got life is good, but with the possibility of parole. And I'm not saying that he's going to be paroled out in 25 years or is going to be granted parole. The fact that that even is an option on the table to me is just absolutely ridiculous, because he stabbed this girl 114 times and then took his ass onto Snapchat and posted about it. And he showed no remorse, nor did he care. And I'm also going to show you what he said in court during his sentencing as well, because it's just no remorse, no care in the world is being shown here.
And Mr. Fucci just wanted to make a short statement.
I just want to say I plead not guilty. And I'm sorry for the Bailey family and my family.
Okay. Okay. I'm sure that there'll be an opportunity, obviously, at sentencing hearing to speak again at that time. Okay?
Yes, sir.
But yeah, as you can see, he clearly says, I'm not guilty. He's not guilty. I just think it's absolutely ridiculous, man, how this kid took this innocent young girl's life at 13 years old. She was 13, guys. The criminal justice system is weird, man. It's interesting. But that is going to do it for me in this video. I hope you like this one. If you have any suggestions, any cases you want me to cover, just put them down in the comment section below, and I will make that video possible for you. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and share the video, man. Share it to your friends, share it to your Snapchats and your social media accounts. But that's going to do it, man. Hope you guys did enjoy this one, and I will catch you in the next video. Peace.